Okay guys, so this video is going to be showing you how to use the Fitting Adapter Builder, otherwise known as the Adapter Builder. And why is it called that? Because what you're doing is you are making yourselves an adapter that goes from one type of fitting to another. You put the order in and it shows up in the mail just like that. So how to use this specific product and the builder is as such. You want to find out what fittings you already have. So most people already have some type of fitting and they need the other counterpart to that fitting to be able to adapt to something else. That way you're not taking apart hoses and thread tape and all that. So with that said, sometimes you're using a quick disconnect. If you're using a quick disconnect, you need to identify if it's a QDA or a QDB. So QDA and B are just two different types of quick disconnects. Case in point, they look a little bit different. The B normally has a little bit more room on the top here. The A has a little bit less room and a bigger ring. Now, these specific measurements here are just showing you what the A and B look like for certain sizes, okay? This would be a 1/2 inch size and this would be a 3/8 inch. Now, with that said, it's not always going to be like that. Okay, so what you need to do is actually measure your fittings and make sure they match up to the look and the visual, as well as the little tip right here. What color is the tip? And also looking at the markings on the side of the fitting. Okay, now with that said, we have other things here that you can look at, other guides. Okay, we mentioned that this was the 1/2 inch model and this was the 3/8 inch. The reason being is normally QDA comes in 1/2 inch and QDB comes in 3/8, but that's not always the case and it can't be presumed as such. So with that said, these are the measurements for each right here. These specific ones, actually I retract. So these themselves are both the same size. These are just a little bit different in what the measurements are. So if you do the measurements, you'll find out what yours is. And it's not necessarily the exact measurement. What you're measuring and what you're looking at is the pattern in between the fittings itself, or sorry, the different rings and the male tip of the fitting here. Okay, so you see here that there's less space here, but there's more space here. There's a 1/2 inch of space on this one, and then there's a lot less on this, okay? That's what you're looking at. You want to make sure that you're looking at the right thing and you match the fitting up to the type of fitting. Now, once you do that, or you can come over here and you can look at some of the other guides that we have up on the different types of fittings, and they have all the different measurements and everything else that you need here. So getting into this and how to use this fitting builder. First, you're going to select number 1, then you're going to select the type of fitting that you have and the size. We have a lot of different ones here. Male CGA, it's not listed in any of these photos here, but that is what your CO2 fitting would connect to, okay? We also have female US, a lot of females. So Swivel Female, we'll put, what I don't see on here that'll be on here later on is the female CO2. So female CGA, we have BSP, which is British Standard Pipe. We have, actually, we do already have one here, CO2 fitting, CGA 320, US CO2 tanks. So this is the male version of that. This is the female. And then obviously the quick disconnects. So whatever your quick disconnect is, if you have another size that's not listed here, that's fine. So male and female, male and female, male and female. And then obviously we have JIC. The other ones that are not on here right now are SAE, which will be added shortly. So you'll select whatever one you need. Let's just say the male one right here, and then you'll go ahead and select the other one that you need. So how does this work? Let's say that you have a hose that has a 3/8 inch male JIC. Well, you don't need the male JIC because you already have the male. You need a female JIC. So then I would go to 3/8 inch female JIC right there so that you can connect onto that. And then you would select whatever else that you need to adapt to that. So one end, one fitting on the fitting junction, if you will, or the adapter is going to be a female JIC, and then you can convert it over to a male or whatever else that you select from here. That's pretty much how you use this. There's not much to it. Make sure you do read all the details in the description there. And that's it for the CryoFX Fitting Adapter Builder.